Welcome back to the third and final part of the program for today. Petroleum marketers have been asked to stop and desist from illegal activities responsible for economic losses in the country. The newly appointed operations controller of the Department of Petroleum Resources, Mr. Salvation Nzaga Dogo, said this during an interactive session with stakeholders in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Take a listen.
It's been just a few weeks that the DPR's new operations controller, Salvation Nzaga, has been at the helm, but looks ready to set high standards for the oil industry in Kwara State. At his first interactive forum with stakeholders in Ilorin, the state capital, Mr. Nzaga reads the riot act to marketers and warns those involved in indiscriminate construction of petrol stations, hoarding, overpricing, and other sharp practices to desist or face the wrath of the law.
We'll use the federal might as provided by the Constitution and by the laws. We use whatever instrument at our disposal to ensure strict compliance to the petroleum laws, regulations, and guidelines. This is because the contribution, I've realized, the contribution of the downstream of oil and gas to the state economy is huge.
The state chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association, Okolawo Olariwaju, also bears his mind on the construction of these illegal filling stations.
It was true there are some filling stations that were built without approval. And we don't know, it does not mean I don't know what is happening to those people, you know. Before you become a member of IPMA, you have to complete your station and apply to be a member. Most of them are not our members. They are not our members. But it's strange that most of them supposed to apply, are supposed to go through normal process. Because most of the stations are standard. They are qualified to be a member, they are qualified to obtain license. But I can't just say the reason why they were doing it illegally.
As the DPR sets out to ensure sanity in the oil industry, concerned individuals and indeed marketers in Kwara State will do well to join hands to make life better for the people.
That forum held in the north-central part of the country. Up north further, the Governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, has pledged to create more opportunities to empower women and youth in the state. Speaking at an induction ceremony for the newly appointed commissioners, Governor Masari said women and youth are a critical part of society, and any government desirous of impacting the lives of its people must pay attention to their welfare. He also challenged women and youth in Katsina to take advantage of the opportunities which his administration is creating to empower them.
In this government, we are also making history that we will have the highest number of women in the state executive council. So it is a challenge to the youth and women, because for the first time in the history of this state, there are given more opportunity than any age group to serve. It is the highest level of governance in this state. We have done this clearly understanding the voting pattern that 60% of all those who participated in voting are either women or young men.
Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari. Earlier we brought you a story on education in Akwa Ibom State. We'll go back to that sector now, but this time in Abia State, where there is a move to improve the infrastructural decay of primary schools across the 17 local government areas, and this is in the southeast. The governor, Okezie Ekwazu, has embarked on an intervention scheme where he's reaching out to all, especially his friends of the state within and outside the shores, to join hands together and be a part of the project. The initiative involves the mentoring and providing of basic needs of the pupils.
Local government area of Abia State, southeast Nigeria. For the pupils of the school, the quest to get education means going to school to learn in a dilapidated school building. Chairs, desks, and any touch of the 21st century learning tools are virtually absent.
No toilets, no bathroom. We don't have.
And when it rains, the leaking ceilings in all the classrooms make the bad conditions even worse.
For example, in this building that we don't have normal conducive environment that is meant for pupils. Here is not good, it's not conducive for people to learn in. We are just managing. Sometimes you see them squatting on the floor. You see them sitting. In fact, this thing is just made for 3 persons, but sometimes there are 5 in this type of seat.
But respite seems to be on the way for them.
We are looking at pupils who had no hope before, who thought that they may never have the opportunity or privilege of looking at a computer, maybe without shoes, without uniform, without the basics in terms of comfort and environment, and without anybody to look up to, without the big daddy, big uncle figure. So we are speaking to those pupils by encouraging our friends to adopt not only the school but the pupils also.
Primary education is part of the early learning experience of every child, and if government gets it right at this stage, it would go a long way in positively influencing children in their formative years.
The education sector is not the only one getting attention of the government in the southeastern part of the country. The environment as well in Anambra State over the erosion now ravaging that area may have received the focus of federal lawmakers as the Senate Committee on Environment has commenced an inspection of the affected locations. This follows the motion by the senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, Uche Kwinefe, challenging for more immediate intervention by the federal government on the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway. The leader of the delegation, who has also visited the area, Senator Barnabas Gemade, expressed surprise at the extent of damage caused by erosion in the state. He restated the need for urgent action to prevent any loss of life and property in the affected areas.
We have seen, and we make a report back, and I'm sure that Senate will make strong recommendations to the various agencies that are responsible, and something will be done about this as quickly as possible to save this highway. This is one of the most important highways in this country, and nothing will be left undone to ensure that it does not get completely cut off, as the erosion is extremely threatening on the structures of the highway.
And with that comment by Senator Gemade, we end this edition of News Across Nigeria, where we traverse the southwest, the southeast, the south-south, and the north-central, as well as up north, to bring you what's happening now. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.